It's our last outdoor lab of the year, and we're going to be looking for worms primarily today that are living in the sediment here at Wollaston Beach. But we'll also spend some time looking for epifauna, which live on top of the sand in the sediment. Sometimes these worms can be a little bit tricky to find, so hopefully we'll be able to find just the right spot today and uncover some really nice, big, juicy polychaete worms. These are awesome. I can't wait to see them. So what I've asked the students to do is to walk the rack line. Rack is this material that you can see that kind of goes in a line up and down the beach here that collects primarily at the high tide lines here on the beach. So the tide comes in and it leaves this line of decaying algae and other materials that were floating in the ocean. So here, for example, is a shell that we might be able to identify. Crab shells are a common thing that we find. Here's a beautiful little shell here and here. There's a spider crab shell. These are the kinds of things I want the students to see that you can find in the rack line right here on Wollaston Beach. One of the things that's really unique about Eastern Nazarene College is the fact that we live near so many different habitats and environments. Just within a few miles of our school, we have forested land, we have vernal pools, we have Wollaston Beach, we have the Neponset River, variety of different habitats, and that for these different things to be that close to our setting, which is an urban college, is just great. It's one of the great things about studying at ENC. You might not have all of these near your college if you don't live in a place like Boston. So it's pretty special. It's one of those great things about ENC as a community. There's actually some very interesting history of this beach. If we look out here in Boston Harbor, it's kind of hard to see today with all of the cloudiness, but is an island. There's a series of islands out here in Boston Harbor that are a national park, and on one of those islands there is the sewage treatment plant for the city of Boston. It's called Deer Island Sewage Treatment Plant. A lot of the sewage was dumped right back into this harbor. An elected official from the city of Quincy was walking on this beach right here, Wollaston Beach, and actually stepped in human feces. And that was sort of the beginning of the cry for Deer Island Sewage Treatment Plant to be updated and renewed so that we would stop dumping so much human fecal material, sewage, right here into Boston Harbor. MWRA, the Massachusetts Water Resources Authority, has done quite a bit to update the sewage treatment plant. No sewage or sludge is dumped into this harbor any longer. Well, we're having a pretty difficult time finding any worms today. I don't think the tide has gone out quite far enough. I did find one big clamworm, so fortunately they'll be able to look at that and understand what polychaetes are by taking a look at it. But there should be a whole lot more worms out here and we're not finding them. It's too bad. You guys have got to dig deeper. You're just scraping the surface over here. Let's go. So just a few inches below the surface, you can see the soil, the sediment is black. And that's because there's not much oxygen, if there's actually no oxygen there. This black soil is a result of anaerobic respiration. The bacteria are using sulfur compounds instead of oxygen. And it smells like rotten eggs, like hydrogen sulfide. Well, there's a reason they say patience is a virtue. Because if you wait long enough, you find worms. Ready? I'm gonna find a worm right here. This is how good twining is when he's on a roll. See, look, there's one right there.
I got it. My hands are too cold.
Wait,
Here's something to think about. Soon as the worm sees you, it's going, ew!
yeah, you're
Was that a worm?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one because we haven't seen those. That's a ribbon worm. That's a milky ribbon worm. This is our first Nemertean.
Oh yeah.
It's a ribbon worm.
Nice.
Okay, a milky ribbon worm. Nemertean. We need to look at him under a microscope. Now you've earned your keep, Sarah. Now you have earned your keep. Woo! I feel like I've actually accomplished something with this girl now. This is good. We don't need gloves. We're tough marine biologists. Come on. Can I ask you a question, guys? How many of you have never used a shovel until today? I just want to know. You put your foot on here and you push. And you pull back a little bit and you push. And then you bring it up. Okay. That's a shovelful. Oh, there's a worm right here. And that's an important one. Oh, we can't lose that sucker. Oh, nice, Cal. Good find. Good find. Woo! I was getting worried there for a minute. Let me see. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, we're gonna look at that guy. See this part right here? Mm-hmm. Those are the jaws, and you don't want them to bite you because it hurts. Oh, I take back what I said earlier. It's gonna be a good day after all.
Hi.
Dunya actually found a worm.
I did.
I'm excited. Wait, it's time for the worm dance. Oh, Dunya, you're the best. Oh, I love it, yeah. Oh, yes, Kelly! Nope, sorry, Dunya, you're not the best anymore. Kelly replaced you. Who knew you could have so much fun with worms?
Do we have enough worms yet?
Nope. What's the matter? You cold and tired, Jordan Gray? Huh? Okay. You guys have done well.
Yes, thank you, Jesus.
We'll pack it in for today. I'm too soft on these people. What's the matter with me? Hey, Dr. McLaren had us out here till 5, 6 o'clock at night every time we had lab. And he knows, he's listening right now in heaven. He's saying, Twining, you're not keeping them out there long enough. Well, I think we've had a pretty successful day here. I'm pretty excited about some of the species we found. I know we found some clam worms and some bloodworms and some bamboo worms and a milky ribbon worm, which is awesome. And Kelly found a trumpet worm. So this has been a pretty successful day. Now we got a lot of things to identify in the lab. So we're gonna head back there before we freeze our tails off.